We're back. I don't know where to change the orientation of this. No. How the heck? Okay, so it looks like we're gonna be doing this way. Okay, for today, since YouTube isn't letting me um rotate my phone and stuff. And today we're gonna be drawing some croquis, male croquis. Last time we did these, as you can see, some female croquis, and we're gonna be following a very similar process, but there's a few things that are gonna be different. You know, men and women are different body wise and in other ways, but hey, today we're focusing on what is outside. Okay, so step one would be drawing your ground plane, and we're just gonna draw it over here. Just draw a straight line. Nothing fancy, guys. Just draw a straight line. Boom. And then a line that's gonna mark the center point of your body, right? I had my other ruler right here just now. Let me go get it. Coming back quickly. All right, I'm back. Okay. Don't leave me now. This is gonna be your center, and I like using this ruler because it has a 90-degree angle. Cause like if I use this one, I might do it and then I find out that the line is angled. So just to be sure, but you don't have to use what I use. And this is gonna be the center point of your first figure. I'm gonna do a front view. Okay. Yo, my eraser is dirty. Okay. Sharp. That's the center of your first figure. And then we want to do, I think I'm going to do 3 figures, but I want to space them out evenly. So if this one is going to be somewhere here, then 9, 9, this one's going to be here. Okay. So the center of your second one is going to be here, which is going to be a front view, back view, and then a pose. So just gonna put this nicely over here, and then draw a straight line going up, and then another one here, straight line going up. Cool. So now we have 3 lines. This is gonna be your front view, your back view, and your pose. We might do a side view. I don't know. You guys let me know if you'd like to see me do more than just these 3 poses, and I'm gonna do it. I might let today's live go longer. So without any more blah blah blabbing, we're gonna do we're gonna mark out since it's a 8 head figure, we're gonna do 9 marks. And we're just gonna start from the bottom over here. This is where your feet are gonna be. This is where your feet's gonna be. English is running away from me once again. But and I'm gonna have these spaced out 2 centimeters apart. So do 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, every other Um, so this is gonna be one head, two heads, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Okay, this is nine. So I think this is the top. So this is one head, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. And then we can just erase this, right? And now you're gonna draw straight lines going across here. So let's mark this side also. So from 16, I think is where we should start. 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. Sharp. And then I'm just gonna connect these 2 points to make you know what I mean. You know what I mean. And this is kind of the boring part of the process, but guidelines are very important. Maybe asking yourself, but why? Why are guidelines so important? Because okay, I don't okay, I'm gonna tell you why they're so important, right? It's because you can't build nothing from nothing, you know what I mean? You gotta have some sort of structure for you to end up with an end product that feels like it has some bones to it, you know? You gotta have some bones on you. You gotta have some bones under your meat, you know? Because otherwise, if you just have meat, no bones, like what are we talking about? There's no structure, you see now. It's a problem. It's a problem. Okay. I don't know. Why is my ruler doing this? Some of these marks aren't all the way. What's happening? Or is it my pencil? Something's wrong. Okay, done. Sharp. I wish this was faster. But cool. Let's get you closer. And we're gonna start now. So we're just gonna write out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's how many heads. Next time I might get some music. Last time I got demonetized slash copyright what when I was doing a live making a mask. But all right, now let's get started. Your markings are done. You're all started. Number one is gonna be the space for the head, right? So you can just write head here, and then here is gonna be your shoulders. Shoulders. Number three is actually no, I'm lying. What am I saying? What am I saying? Halfway between 1 and 2, that's gonna be where your shoulders are gonna be. So somewhere here or a little bit above halfway. Let's just put it halfway. This is where your shoulders are gonna be. I'm just gonna do what you know, this line. And I like to use markers, but I'm not quite sure about them because a pencil, you know, it's very easily rubbable. Let me just write up here. Male croquis. Croquis. All right, let's get to it, guys. So this is gonna be where your head is. This is where your shoulder's gonna be. This is where your waist, number 3, is gonna be your waist is where your waist is gonna be. Um and then 4 is where your crotch is gonna be. 5, we're gonna ignore that. A little bit below, um where am I going now? 6 is where your knees are gonna be. And 8, above 8 is where your ankles are gonna be. So like almost a third down slash little bit more than half way up from 8. I mean, a little bit more than halfway down from 7 towards 8. This is the ankles. Sharp, cool. All right, let's start drawing. So to draw the head, just start with the circle, and then a what you might call it, a chain, of course. That's what this is called. Then your eye line is gonna be here, sharp. And then like we said, here is where your shoulders are gonna be. So just boom, mark one side, and then you're gonna transfer this mark like this to this side. Somewhere there. It's close enough. So this is where your shoulders are gonna be. And then you're just gonna roughly mark out your neck. Neck's gonna come down like this. And then here is gonna meet your these muscles. I don't know what these are called, sir. And then this is gonna happen. These are gonna go out to your shoulders, like so. And you can also mark out your ears. Roughly. And even your hairline. I don't know. I'm getting into the details. Cool. Now, next, we're going to go to the waist. So your waist is going to, and then somewhere here, and you're going to mark a line down towards these lines. Make sure that your spacing is the same on both sides. This is just needs to be nudged a little bit. And next, we're going to focus on the hips. So the hips are going to be no wider than that. They're going to be a little bit wider than your waist, but not too wide, right? And the widest point of your hips are going to be right above your crotch. So a third of the way. So if you divide these into 3, this is going to be the widest point of your hips. And we don't want it too wide, so we're going to go boom, and then boom. And then the crotch is going to be here. So we're going to mark out that space for the crotch. And then this line is just going to come towards that. Come towards that. Now, this line will also be where your belly button is going to be, for one. And then this line is going to be where your, roughly where the nipples are going to be. Pause. But before we get to the legs, we're going to draw the arms. And to do the arms, this line here where your waist is also where your elbow is gonna go, or where your elbows are gonna go. And you're just gonna mark like a circle for one elbow, another circle for the other elbow. This one might be a little bit bigger. Excuse me. Excusez-moi. Cool. We got two elbows, and then your wrist is gonna be right where your crotch is. So here, and also this side here. And the reason why circles are so effective is that you're gonna see how they kind of make your life easier. And for the shoulder as well, you're gonna do some circles, because men have usually men will have muscles over here. So it's like a you don't have to draw it all the way, but it's gonna be something like this. And you're gonna start your line right below where this line is, and it's gonna come and connect to here. Boom. Easy enough. So here is gonna get to here, and then we're gonna have your shoulder, and then this line is gonna connect to this one. And if you want to get fancy, okay, let's not get fancy. Just gonna draw a straight line connecting. All right, I decided to make this a little bit bigger. And then for the inside, instead of just going straight, this side we're gonna go out a little bit, in a little bit, and then connect back to this. And then this one can just be straight. And then the same on this side. So like this, it's gonna come out like this a little bit, connect to this, rough out this, it's gonna go out, in, connect, back, boom. And then the hands, we're gonna focus on that a bit later. But we can just mark out a third of the way up from 5. That's where your hands are gonna stop. So cool. So now we're gonna approach. Let me see if this light is gonna help. I don't know if my lighting is a bit bad. I don't know if I can see the chat. Can I see the chat? What's happening, guys? I feel so underprepared, so under what? Sharp. Okay. I'm talking too much. We're 18 minutes, I'm not even done. Next, we're gonna go to your knees, which is I think has to be halfway from between 5 and 6 is where your knees are gonna be. Circle for your knee, another circle on the other side for the other knee. It gotta be roughly the same size, and then connect from up here to down here. Just a straight line is fine. If you want to get fancy, you're gonna go in just a little bit. So down. If you want to get fancy, go in just a little bit, and then so when you get to this, you're gonna have a straight line, a straight-ish line coming in to mark out where your knees are. You can do this, and then this is gonna go out first, and then back in, and then down. So let's just mark out your um ankles. Circle here for the ankle. Circle here for the ankle. This can be close, Anyana. For the ankle, these ankles might be too big, but leg is gonna come down here. It's gonna also go out a bit and then back in. And similarly, also here, it's gonna go out a bit but lower, so the angle is gonna be, and then boom. So like I said, out a little bit, back in, down, back in, out a little bit, back in, down. This space might be too big, so we're just gonna pull these lines in closer towards the crotch to here maybe. I think that space might be too big. Sharp. Next, the legs. Um, so for the legs, I'm just gonna do something very, very simple. This is where the ankles are. Right, ankle, ankle. I'm gonna go down, and then this shape, this. I don't know how to describe this shape, guys. It's like, um, yeah, just, just so boom, almost down basically, and then curving outwards. And this is gonna curve outwards also, and then kind of connect here, like a triangle, like a yeah, almost a triangle. And then for the hands, gonna go down, boom, boom. Also something I can't really explain with words. Out, out, in. So 1, 2, 3 lines, and then somewhere here, somewhere here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then the other fingers behind. This hand feels a little bit big, but okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think that hand is a little big. Close enough. You don't need perfect hands. We are focused on the clothes. I got sharp, and then this is where your chest is gonna be. It's gonna come out under here where your shoulder meets your, like this armpit basically, and then we're gonna have these muscles coming up here. And then if you wanna get more fancy, we know this is the rib. The ribs are here, so the ribs stop here. Boom, boom, boom. Cool. Now I think we can move on to the side. Not the side, sorry, the back. So the back is gonna be roughly the same steps, roughly the same silhouette, but just a little bit different. Just a little bit different. Okay, let's get into it. Just replying to a message. So the head, I'm just gonna measure this one. And transfer. the head. Boom, boom, boom. So I'm just drawing very lightly because I know that my neck's gonna get cut off from here. Again, guys, I don't know if my lighting looks so weird on the app, but I know it's not actually bad. But why does it look like this? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. So, okay, the shoulders, I can just measure from here also. I'm literally just doing this, measuring from the center to this point and transferring from the center to this point is where your shoulder is. From the center to roughly this point, and then checking. And then the neck is also gonna come down here, checking the width of the neck. Almost there, just a little bit wider. Going down. And then also where that neck stops. So you'll notice on this side, we have a curve going down like this. On the back, we're gonna be having a curve going up like this. And this is a theme that you're gonna see a lot of because um, it's pretty much the opposite almost from the back. Pause. So this is where how your neck is gonna connect to your head, and then you won't see the chin because the chin's that side, and this line is gonna overlap this. These lines are gonna overlap these. Cool. And then you can also just mark out the ears or whatever, and have these lines kind of show that this is the back. Connect these just like you did in the front. Go down to your waist. Measure the size of the waist from one side, because here now we're focusing on symmetry. Close enough. Connect these. Connect. Yo, Lil Skeg, shout out. Shout out. Thanks. Appreciate it, bro. Cool. This is where your waist is gonna be, and then your hips again, third way down towards the crotch, and the crotch is gonna be here, right, where the bottom of the bottom is gonna be. And again, we're just gonna measure. Wait, what? I got it. This guy is gonna be caked up. You don't gotta be caked up, sir. So one of the main differences between female croquis and a male croquis is the size of the proportions between the waist and the shoulders. With women, smaller waist compared to the shoulder. With men, bigger waist. So the difference between the waist and the shoulders and the hips isn't that big. Alright, cool. Boom, boom, boom. And then legs, your knees are here. Mark, mark. Um, ankles are here. Mark, mark. Let's pull you closer. Mark. Then um connect. So this is gonna go down. This is also gonna go down. This is gonna go towards this. This is gonna go towards this. And then, so like I did say, the bottom of the bottom is here. So you can just draw your crack and then boom, bow, bam, boom, bow, bam, right? This is the, you know what I mean? That part that we won't even talk by name. And then going down to the legs, same process, out, in, in, out, in. Cool. And then legs from the back. I'm just gonna draw them. It's hard to draw legs from the back. So just gonna draw them like this. So almost just a regular triangle. Sharp. Then shoulders. You remember. I don't gotta spoon feed you now. Elbows are here. Another elbow here. This is gonna come right below this line. Down. Shoulder out. Down. Right below here. Down. Shoulder out. Down. Um in. Actually, no, let me mark the um wrist first. Wrist here. Wrist here. Out, out, down, down, out, back, connect, down. And then the hand, same silhouette. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Roughly the same silhouette. I'm just gonna leave it as a silhouette. And then you have your back. You can draw your what are these called? These thingies. Then I see a lot with croquis, they'll have like these markings where like halfway in here, and also halfway here. They have these like markings. Then halfway in here, but we're gonna follow the curve of the body. Pause. And then all the way down to the feet along the middle. Out a bit. In. Down. Out a bit. In. The creases of your what? Your, and then done, right? That there's gonna be this line also here, and this line also here, which is already there. And similarly also here, so halfway, connect, connect, out, out, down, down. Cool, now let's have fun. Let's do a nice fun one. like a little pose. And I think I'm gonna do one where the guy is walking. So he's gonna be walking towards us. Let me just fix this light over here. Because I'm not sure if you guys can see nicely. I think it's just a thing of moving this way. I don't know, guys. Okay, let's get right back into it. So we want to draw somebody walking towards us. One thing that I talked about also on the other live where I was doing the female croquis is this concept called contrapose, contrapose. I'm kidding. Where if your shoulder is going this way, your hip line is going to be going the opposite way, right? And then your waistline is going to be somewhere in the middle, and then you're going to have this situation going. You get me? And then we're gonna have like this boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? That's kind of the idea. And we're gonna be practicing this right here. And I'm gonna say this now. Um, what's the word? Reference is your best friend. So I like to start with the shoulder, cause I don't know. But the shoulder, like I said, is gonna be doing this, right? And we're just gonna measure. We're gonna measure these to find the width of that shoulder, right? So roughly this much. So shoulders going this way, and then the waist, we're gonna measure from the widest part of the hips. This, which is somewhere here, right? And it's gonna go down like this. And it depends how extreme. Like if you want to make it very stylized and energetic, you can push these angles even much more. But we're gonna leave this here, and then this leg is gonna come towards us, so closer to this middle part, and your knees are here, right? But since this side of the hips is higher, it means your knee is also gonna be slightly higher. So instead of your knee starting here, it's gonna start maybe somewhere here, closer to the top of this. And then we're gonna have this, which means the other knee is gonna be where? Below, right? So the knee is gonna be somewhere here, also closer to the middle. So boom. And this circle might be a little bit smaller just because it's further away from us. And there's this thing called foreshortening. We're not gonna talk too much about it, but it's basically like things that are closer to us. Um, um, Objects that are closer to us are bigger. Objects that are further away are smaller. Um, Okay, let's pause just for a little bit and I'll get right back to you now. Okay, we're back. And then we're gonna mark out your feet. I mean, same stuff, right? But we're gonna be drawing this a little bit more flat at the bottom here. So this gonna come here, and then the other ankle is gonna be higher, so towards like going up there. So it can even touch this line, right? You can even touch it. Sharp. Your arm. Actually, let's give this some, you know, some structure. Since Vele, you guys are probably asking yourselves, what the heck is going on? So shoulders is here. Waist. Let's measure this one somewhere here. Somewhere here. The hips. Somewhere there. Somewhere there. This is the crotch I got. And then we know that this is still angled, right? So this is gonna go up like this, and this sometimes it even goes down like this, right? So this is going up, and this can go like a little bit more down, this, and then this leg is gonna come towards us like this, get here straight, go out, go out, in towards this, and then this line is coming here, and then in a bit like this, out, towards us like this. And to mark, to kind of show that this is coming towards us, we can do a mark like this, another mark like this, to show that this is coming towards us. And then for the other leg, this is going down like this, right? This went down like this. This is also gonna go down like this, down, this. And to show that this one is going away from us, this line is gonna go in a U shape, you see. And then also out, in, towards the back, right? Inwards a little bit, out, and this can be hidden behind that. It's hidden behind there, so you don't gotta see everything like that. The leg, I mean the foot, sorry. Foot like this. And here this foot's gonna be almost flat. Hey guys, my feet drawing skills are not that great. Forgive me. Forgive me. Am I qualified for making a tutorial if I can't draw feet? I wonder. I like this. I like to make this little indication of the toe. All right, cool. And then this arm is coming towards us. Shoulder out. Can make this a bit smaller. Shoulder. This one is going away from us. So here the difference is gonna be that this line is gonna be on top. This is gonna be towards the back. This is gonna be um the elbow a little bit wider. This is gonna be the elbow. Here the arm is going out more, and these are going to be the same length. So from here to here, from shoulder to this, is going to be from shoulder to this. This is the bottom of the circle. So bottom of the circle is going to be here. Then here, this arm is going to be coming above this rib line, right? Above. So boom, Boom. Shoulder coming in, shoulder going. And then this arm is going where? Towards us like this, almost straight down, but just a little bit angled. Arm here, there's gonna be some foreshortening. So this curve is gonna go like this, as you can see. Boom. And then the hand is gonna be like boop. Again, my hand drawing skills not that great. Not that great. Something like this. The other hand, the elbow, the elbow line is here, right? Let's zoom out a little bit so you guys can see better. The elbow line is here, but since this is below, this is like down a bit. This will also go down a bit. So somewhere here, somewhere here. This might be too big, but out, in, connect. Out just a little bit, connect. Hand, same stuff. So it's gonna be below here also. One, two, three. One, two, three. Um, other fingers be behind that. Sharp. Since this is going this way, this line is also gonna go this way, and then connect. This is gonna be your pecs. Your belly button is here. And then the head. I don't know why I left the head for last. But the next is gonna go straight up. Straight up. Can find this line from here. Connect. Connect. Up a bit. Then the head is also gonna start where it normally starts. And we're just gonna draw it straight, Shem. Or do I wanna this is going it's gonna go there just a little bit. So we can should it go there or should it go there? I don't know what feels more natural. Let's just default to straight. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. I tilted it just a little bit. I think this head can even go down just a little bit since if you're standing, you're gonna be higher. If you're like this, if you're like this on the ground, your head's gonna be higher. But if you're like this, your head's gonna be lower. So it's gonna be here. The neck's gonna be here. And then we're gonna have this situation going. Have this situation going. And we have a model that's walking. And there we have it. Right. Just as a bonus sketch, we can do a very quick side view. But as a just a very rough sketch, just so you can kind of get the idea of what a side view would look like. And then the live's gonna be over. So for a side view, obviously start with the line for the middle, a line for that, a line for that, and then obviously mark out 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. Your head's gonna be here. And some of the key differences is if your chin's here, let's say for example, your head's like this, your chin's here, boom. Your head's gonna be a bit longer towards the back, and then your neck is gonna come, boom, boom. Your shoulders here again, as you remember. Your shoulders here, your waist is here, your knees are here, I think. But what I basically want to show you is the counter pose when we're looking at the body from the side. Your ribs are gonna be going this way, and then waist going this way, and then legs going this way, and then going backwards, and then this way, and then feet this way. I don't know if I'm making sense. So you see that there's a like a this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. This looks a little bit off balance, but you kind of get the idea. This is where your shoulder is. This is where your elbow is. This is where your wrist is. You see your arm, I mean your hand, your ear. There you have it. Again, this kind of feels a little bit off center. So maybe, you know, but you get the idea. Um, and man, thanks to everybody who joined. This is what everything looks like. I had thought that this live was gonna be like a horizontal one, but for some reason my phone doesn't want to let me um, set it up that way. But till next time, enjoy your day, enjoy your week, enjoy your life. Peace.